Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and share this video with your friends and family. Today, we are diving deep into something that's got the whole nation talking: President Cyril Ramaphosa's new 10-point plan to fight poverty in South Africa. A bold promise, a grand vision, and perhaps a desperate move to rescue a country slowly sinking under the weight of unemployment, inequality, and despair. But will it work? Or is it just another political speech that sounds good on paper but fades into silence in the real world? Let's unpack it all. When President Ramaphosa stood before the cameras, his face looked determined, a man trying to convince millions that hope still exists in a country where poverty has become an uninvited guest in almost every home. He promised that his 10-point plan would change the lives of ordinary South Africans. That's a big claim, considering the current reality. With over 18 million people relying on social grants, youth unemployment above 45%, and township economies barely breathing, the stakes couldn't be higher. The first thing that caught people's attention was Ramaphosa's tone. This wasn't the cautious, slow-speaking president we've grown used to. This was a man on a mission, speaking about radical inclusion, economic dignity, and ending the cycle of inherited poverty. He painted a picture of a South Africa where no child goes to bed hungry, where every young person has a skill, and where communities are self-reliant. It sounded powerful. But South Africans have heard such speeches before, and they've learned to measure politicians by action, not words. So what exactly is in this 10-point plan? While Ramaphosa didn't dive into every single detail publicly, his administration later released an outline that focuses on several core areas, from job creation to education reform, from land access to small business support. The plan aims to boost community-based projects, create new agricultural hubs, and channel more resources into renewable energy jobs. It also talks about improving infrastructure in rural areas, roads, clinics, schools, because without those, even the best poverty reduction plan collapses before it starts. But the part that really got tongues wagging was the emphasis on public works for the people. Ramaphosa promised an expansion of government-funded employment schemes, programs that would hire locals to clean streets, fix roads, build homes, and maintain schools. It's a throwback to old ANC strategies, but this time, he claims it will be done differently, monitored, transparent, and free from political interference. Whether that's realistic or not, South Africans are skeptical. After all, many of these programs in the past became cash cows for corrupt officials and ghost workers. The president's second major promise was to reignite township and rural economies. He spoke about giving real financial power to local entrepreneurs, women, and youth who often get sidelined by banks and big business. The plan includes a new microfinance fund aimed at giving small loans and grants to informal traders and startups. He even hinted that government might compel major retailers to source more goods from township suppliers. If that happens, it could be revolutionary. Imagine local bakeries, small clothing brands, and farmers finally seeing their products on shelves in Pick n Pay or ShopRite. That's the kind of empowerment that changes entire communities. Another eye-catching promise in Ramaphosa's speech was his commitment to tackling food insecurity. He said, "No nation can be proud when its people go hungry." The plan includes expanding food gardens in schools and communities, investing in small-scale farmers, and creating food banks that can distribute surplus produce to the needy. It's an ambitious move, especially when the cost of living continues to soar, and many South Africans can't even afford basic groceries. Education reform also forms a big part of this plan. Ramaphosa emphasized vocational training, something the country has long ignored. Instead of pushing every student into universities, the new plan will prioritize technical skills that can lead directly to employment: plumbing, electrical work, mechanics, and digital technology. The president believes this approach could unlock opportunities for millions of young people who are currently trapped in the endless cycle of no job, no experience, no future. And then there's the question of land. Land reform has always been a hot, explosive topic in South Africa. Ramaphosa said his government will accelerate the redistribution of unused or underutilized land for agricultural purposes. But he stressed that it will be done lawfully and sustainably. That's where many critics raise eyebrows. Some say that without faster land reform, there can be no real poverty reduction. Others fear that rushing it could destroy investor confidence and cripple the economy even further. It's a tightrope that no president has walked successfully since 1994. Energy and infrastructure also feature prominently in the plan. Ramaphosa knows that no economy can grow when the lights keep going out. Load shedding has destroyed small businesses and pushed unemployment even higher. His promise to fast-track renewable energy projects, especially solar and wind in rural areas, could be a game-changer if done right. But again, people remember promises of ending load shedding that never materialized. Critics have already started tearing into the plan. Opposition leaders from the DA and EFF called it old wine in a new bottle, saying Ramaphosa is repackaging the same idea South Africans have heard for years without delivering results. Analysts warn that unless corruption is tackled head-on, no plan, no matter how visionary, will succeed. Even within the ANC, whispers suggest that some senior members see this as Ramaphosa's final attempt to rebuild his image ahead of the next election. Still, for many ordinary South Africans, even the faintest glimmer of hope is worth holding on to. People in the townships, informal settlements, and villages are tired of waiting. They don't care about political battles, they just want to see something change. A mother in Alexandra doesn't care about 10 points or 20, she just wants her children to eat and go to school. A jobless youth in Soweto wants more than promises, he wants a paycheck. Ramaphosa ended his speech with the words, "We cannot be a free nation when millions of our people live in poverty. Freedom without economic justice is an illusion." It was a powerful ending, one that touched hearts. But history has shown that good speeches don't feed the hungry. Action does. And if this 10-point plan is to mean anything, South Africans will need to see real change, not in parliament, not in press releases, but in their daily lives. The truth is, South Africa is running out of time. The patience of the people is wearing thin, and the gap between rich and poor continues to grow wider. Ramaphosa's 10-point plan could either be the blueprint for a new beginning or the final chapter of another failed promise. Only time will tell. So, what do you think? Can President Cyril Ramaphosa's plan truly solve poverty, or is it just another election season illusion? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates and in-depth discussions on South Africa's biggest stories. Stay tuned, because this one is far from